more than 100 jobs on the line after Kiwi footwear empire Banks Group placed in receivership. Banks Group, who own Banks Shoes, has been placed in receivership. Banks Group, which includes New Zealand retail stores Banks Shoes, Shoe Connection, SNKR, and Plimmer Shoes, has been put into receivership at the request of its director. PwC partners John Fisk and David Bridgman were appointed as receivers on Friday. Fisk and Bridgman said in a statement they will work with management to decide whether to sell the business as a whole or in part, which may involve some store closures. A young John Bank, director of Banks Group, with Coronation Street star Sandra Goff at the Hutt City store. Banks Group operates 14 stores in Auckland, Wellington and Christchurch, as well as an online business, and employs approximately 170 staff. Fisk said, "I understand they went through an expansion stage, opening new stores over the last couple of years, and some of those didn't perform as well as they expected." Banks Group receivers may close stores and lay off staff. PwC receivers have not yet determined the extent of the company's debt. Fisk said the recent receiverships of Postie Plus, Nicholas German, and now Banks Group were reflected disruption in the retail sector, particularly clothing. He said Banks Group would immediately close 2 Shoe Connection stores in Auckland, one in Newmarket and one in the Northwest Shopping Centre. He would know over the next week which other businesses would close. Sunday was the last trading day for Newmarket's Shoe Connection, while the Northwest shop has already closed. A salesman at the Newmarket Shoe Connection, who did not want to be named, was surprised to find out on Saturday the following day would be his last day of work. He said he was not sure what he would do now for work or if severance would be awarded. Director John Bank took over the company from his father upon his retirement, 30 years ago. Banks said he would not like to comment on the receivership when contacted on Sunday. His father, Cecil Bank, opened the first shop, Banks Shoes, in Lower Hutt in 1938. The Hutt store was the first in New Zealand to X-ray people's feet to ensure a good fit, though Bank was told later the practice wasn't a very healthy thing. Having survived decades longer than other high-street brick-and-mortar businesses, like Kara's Drapery, Liebes Eats Glassware and Thomas Menswear, Banks Group was the latest in a history of older businesses that struggled with tight margins and higher NDL rates. Retail NZ Greg Harford said it is harder to be a retailer than ever before. While we are seeing incremental growth in spending, 48% of retailers reported to us that they aren't meeting their sales targets. Harford said brick-and-mortar retailers are competing with local and overseas businesses and facing a real mounting pressure to compete in the crowded marketplace. Customers want the convenience of online shopping while also being able to go to a shop and try things on. He said online retailers will typically open 1 or 2 physical shops, but did not expand in the typical chain store model because of cost.